Tomorrow morning, your body will decide whether it ages faster or slows down. And it makes that decision in the first 5 minutes after you wake up. Most seniors unknowingly get this wrong. Here's what no one tells you: the first 300 seconds after you open your eyes can quietly shorten your life, or help extend it by decades. Every morning, thousands of seniors experience dizziness, brain fog, sudden weakness, or balance problems. Not because of age, but because they skipped one critical step after waking. Those stiff joints. That heavy head. That moment you stand up and feel unsteady. That isn't just aging. It's your body missing the right signals, in the wrong order. And every morning you miss them, the damage compounds. But here's the part that should get your attention. A 2023 study published in the Lancet Healthy Longevity found that seniors who followed a precise, science-backed morning routine reduced their overall risk of death by 29%, simply by changing what they did in the first few minutes of the day. No drugs. No workouts. No supplements. In this video, I'll show you an 8-step morning routine that protects your brain, improves balance, and helps you stay independent longer. Pay close attention to step 3. It's the one almost everyone does wrong. And it may be the key to reversing years of hidden brain aging. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, what do you feel first when you wake up: stiffness, fog, or dizziness? Now let's start with step number 8. It looks simple, but it triggers your body's entire internal reset system. Step number 8. Wake up without sitting up. Let's start with the most underrated, yet possibly most life-saving, morning move you'll ever learn. Don't sit up right away. The moment your eyes open, your body is still transitioning between sleep and wakefulness. This transition period is far more delicate and dangerous than most people realize. During sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops to its lowest levels of the day. Your heart rate slows. Your brain hasn't fully recalibrated its balance and spatial orientation systems. Your blood vessels are relaxed and dilated. When you suddenly sit up or stand, your circulation drops fast, sometimes dangerously fast. This rapid blood pressure change is what causes those dizzy spells that make you grab the headboard. Those moments of lightheadedness where the room seems to tilt. Those occasional blackouts that last just a second or two. Even those times you've bumped into furniture or door frames in the morning darkness. These aren't random occurrences. They're symptoms of a preventable physiological crisis happening inside your body. The research quantifies this danger clearly. A 2021 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who spent just 30 to 60 seconds lying still after waking, before any movement at all, experienced 41% fewer incidents of morning lightheadedness, blood pressure crashes, and related falls. 41% fewer dangerous incidents from lying still for 1 minute. Here's exactly what to do instead. The moment you wake up, stay on your back. Don't reach for your phone. Don't check the clock. Just stay still. Begin by wiggling your fingers and toes gently. This signals your peripheral circulation to begin increasing blood flow to your extremities. Blink several times to help your eyes adjust and your visual system come online. Then stretch your arms slowly overhead, not to wake up in the traditional sense, but to send a clear signal to your nervous system: we are transitioning now. Prepare all systems. Breathe deeply and deliberately. Count slowly to 30. Then, and this is crucial, gently roll to your side before slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position using your arms. Never jackknife straight up from lying flat. Most people don't realize that jump-starting your day too fast is like trying to sprint without warming up. You're putting unnecessary strain on your blood vessels, your heart muscle, and your brain stem, the primitive region that regulates balance, blood pressure, and consciousness itself. Once this becomes a habit, and it takes about 2 weeks to solidify, you'll notice something remarkable. You won't feel foggy anymore. No more standing up and grabbing walls for support. No more waiting for the dizziness to pass. Your brain will feel clearer before you've even left the bed. Next up, step number 7 is something almost everyone skips entirely, and it starts with what's happening inside your mouth. Step number 7, reset your mouth chemistry before you swallow anything. You might assume the first thing that should enter your mouth in the morning is water, coffee, or your medications. Wrong. The first thing that should happen inside your mouth is a complete oral reset. And here's why this matters far more than most people realize. While you sleep, your mouth becomes an incubation chamber. Bacterial populations explode. Acid levels rise. Inflammatory compounds accumulate on your tongue, teeth, and gums. If you swallow anything, even plain water, before addressing this bacterial buildup, you're flooding your gut and bloodstream with inflammatory compounds before your day has even started. The science on this is surprisingly robust. A 2022 study published in the journal Oral Diseases found that poor morning oral hygiene was linked to a 24% higher risk of systemic inflammation markers, including those associated with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's disease. Here's what's happening biologically: your oral microbiome, the complex community of bacteria living in your mouth, changes dramatically overnight. Some of these bacteria are beneficial and necessary, but many build up into a sticky film called biofilm that coats your tongue, teeth, and cheeks. When swallowed, this biofilm disrupts your gut flora, triggers immune responses, and increases systemic inflammation. You're essentially starting each day by poisoning yourself, without knowing it. Here's the correct protocol. Right after sitting up slowly, following step 8, head to the bathroom. Before eating anything, drinking anything, or even brushing your teeth, start with a 30-second oil pull using coconut oil or sesame oil. Take about a teaspoon, swish it slowly and gently around your mouth, don't gargle aggressively. Then spit into a tissue and dispose in the trash, never down the sink drain. Next, use a tongue scraper. Scrape gently from back to front 5 to 7 times. You'll be genuinely shocked at the residue that comes off, especially the first few times. Only after these 2 steps should you rinse with warm water and brush your teeth normally. This simple 3-minute protocol delivers remarkable benefits. Reduced systemic inflammation. Dramatically improved breath. Better nutrient absorption from your breakfast. Improved gut health. Even clearer thinking. You'll feel the difference within days: less bloating, no more coated tongue sensation, and even a lighter, clearer head before you've eaten anything. Step number 6 is the opposite of what most people do next, and you're going to feel the difference in your bones, literally. Step number 6, delay your caffeine and activate your joints. Instead, most people wake up and head straight for the coffee pot. It feels automatic. Essential. Non-negotiable. But for seniors, that immediate caffeine hit is the exact opposite of what your body needs in the first 20 minutes of the day. Here's the science behind this counterintuitive advice. Caffeine triggers an adrenaline spike and constricts blood vessels precisely when your circulation is still slowly waking up and expanding. It creates the illusion of energy while actually stressing your adrenal system, which is already working hard to balance blood pressure, electrolyte levels, and brain signaling. The research confirms this timing matters significantly. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that caffeine consumed within 15 minutes of waking disrupted the body's natural cortisol rhythm in 68% of participants over 60, leading to energy crashes, mood dips, and poor sleep quality later that same day. You're not getting more energy from early morning coffee. You're borrowing energy from later, and paying interest in the form of afternoon fatigue. Instead of caffeine, your body needs gentle joint activation. Not cardio. Not exercise. Not anything strenuous. A specific sequence of movements designed to lubricate your joints and signal your body that it's time to move safely. Here's the exact protocol: ankle rolls. Sit on the edge of your bed. Lift one foot off the floor and rotate your ankle slowly, 10 circles clockwise, 10 circles counterclockwise. Switch feet. This activates circulation to your lower extremities and warms up the joints most vulnerable to morning stiffness. Knee circles, stand with feet shoulder width apart. Bend knees slightly and place your hands on them. Rotate your knees slowly in small circles, 10 times each direction. This stimulates synovial fluid production in your knee joints. Hip openers, stand tall. Lift one knee as if marching, then gently rotate your entire leg outward in a circular motion. Repeat 5 to 8 times each side. This awakens your hip joints and activates your core stabilizers. Shoulder shrugs and rolls, lift your shoulders up toward your ears, hold for 2 seconds, then roll them backward and downward in a smooth circular motion. Repeat 10 times. This releases overnight tension accumulated in your neck and upper back. Neck tilts. Slowly tilt your head to one side, bringing your ear towards your shoulder. Hold briefly. Repeat to the other side. Then tilt forward and back. 5 repetitions each direction. Move slowly and never force the stretch. These movements take just 3 to 5 minutes, but they stimulate synovial fluid, the internal lubricant that protects your cartilage and allows smooth joint movement. You'll feel blood reaching your fingers and toes. You'll notice your posture improving naturally. Your knees won't crack as loudly. Your shoulders won't feel frozen. And by the time you drink your coffee, 30 to 45 minutes after waking, it will actually support your energy instead of hijacking it. Now, step number 5 might surprise you because it has nothing to do with food, pills, or even movement. It's all about your feet. Before we continue with the remaining 5 steps, if this information is opening your eyes to what's been missing from your mornings, take a moment to hit that like button. It helps more seniors discover this research, and it tells us you want more content like this. Now let's continue with step number 5, which involves something most people haven't done deliberately since childhood. Step number 5, ground your bare feet and reset your internal compass if you've been waking up feeling off, like the room is spinning slightly, or your thoughts are moving through molasses, or you're just not quite stable. It may have nothing to do with how well you slept. It may have everything to do with your internal orientation system, the complex neural network that helps you navigate the physical world without falling over. That system depends heavily on feedback from your feet. Your vestibular system, the balance center in your inner ear, doesn't work alone. It requires constant input from your feet to calibrate properly. The pressure sensors and nerve endings in your soles tell your brain exactly where you are in space, how gravity is affecting you, and how to adjust your posture automatically. The research validates this connection. A 2022 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who practiced just 5 minutes of barefoot standing on a firm surface every morning experienced a 21% improvement in balance and spatial memory after only 3 weeks. 21% improvement. From standing barefoot. For 5 minutes. Here's the problem with modern footwear. The skin on the bottom of your feet contains thousands of specialized nerve endings. Essentially your brain's antenna for gravity, posture, and alignment. Every step you take barefoot sends crucial calibration data to your brain. But shoes block that feedback. Slippers dull it. Even socks insulate and reduce the signal clarity. Here's what to do. After completing your joint movements, stand barefoot on a flat, firm surface. Ideally outside on natural ground, grass, dirt, stone, or concrete. But even a hardwood or tile floor indoors works. Feel the contact between your feet and the surface. Notice the temperature, the texture, the pressure points. Shift your weight slowly from side to side. Rock gently from heel to toe. Spread your toes and grip the floor slightly. Breathe slowly and deliberately while maintaining this grounded stance for 3 to 5 minutes. This simple practice reboots your vestibular system and reduces your fall risk before you've even started your day's activities. You'll notice something else remarkable. Mental clarity. Your brain feels more awake. Your body feels more stable. Your reaction time improves. The world seems sharper and more navigable. Step number 4 is where everything starts to shift dramatically, because now you're going to give your brain exactly what it's been starving for since you fell asleep last night. Step number 4, Feed your brain before your stomach. This step is the turning point of your entire morning routine. What you do in the next few minutes determines how fast, or how slow, your brain will age over the next 24 hours. It affects your memory, your focus, your mood, your energy, and even your disease risk. Before you eat breakfast, before you take your medications, before you check your phone or turn on the news, your brain needs one thing urgently: hydration combined with neurological fuel. Here's the science most people never learn: while you sleep, you lose up to 1 liter of water through breathing, sweating, and basic metabolic processes. Your brain, which is 75% water, actually shrinks slightly overnight as it loses fluid. It becomes less electrically active, less efficient, and less responsive until it's properly rehydrated. The research quantifies this cognitive impact. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults who drank 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water immediately after waking scored 23% higher on memory and attention tests administered just 20 minutes later, compared to those who delayed hydration. 23% cognitive improvement from drinking water at the right time. But hydration alone isn't enough. Your brain also needs electrolytes to conduct electrical signals properly, and it needs a small amount of natural glucose, not processed sugar, but clean fuel your neurons can actually utilize efficiently. Here's the optimal protocol: mix 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt or high-quality sea salt into a glass of warm, not cold, water. Add a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Sip this slowly over 5 to 10 minutes, don't gulp it down. The salt provides sodium and trace minerals. The lemon provides vitamin C and citric acid. The warm temperature allows faster absorption than cold water, which can shock your empty stomach. After finishing your electrolyte water, eat a few bites of easily digestible fruit, banana, blueberries, or a few grapes. Just enough to provide clean glucose without overwhelming your digestive system. This combination primes your entire nervous system. It stabilizes your morning cortisol levels. It helps any medications you take absorb more predictably. It prepares your digestive system for breakfast without shocking it. You'll notice the effects almost immediately. Your hands won't tremble. Your vision feels steadier. Your thoughts sharpen as if a fog has suddenly lifted. Now, step number 3 is the one we warned you about at the beginning. Most people are doing this completely wrong, and the consequences for brain health are significant. Step number 3: stimulate your brain before you relax it. This is where most conventional morning routine advice fails seniors completely. Popular wellness content emphasizes calming activities, deep breathing, sitting in silence, gentle stretching, meditation, gratitude journaling. These practices have value, but they're being recommended at the wrong time. For seniors, the real danger in the morning isn't stress. It's understimulation. If your brain doesn't receive sufficient cognitive stimulation within the first 30 minutes after waking, your processing speed, memory function, and mental sharpness begin declining for the remainder of the day. This is especially critical after age 60, when the reticular activating system, the brain region that regulates alertness and attention, becomes progressively less responsive. The research confirms the importance of timing. A 2023 study published in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews found that seniors who practiced active brain stimulation within 20 to 30 minutes of waking experienced improvements in processing speed, memory recall, and reaction time of up to 32%, sustained throughout the day. But here's where most people make a critical mistake: they stimulate their brain with screens, phones, tablets, television. This approach hijacks dopamine pathways and leaves the brain feeling flat, unmotivated, and foggy within an hour. Or they rely on passive stimulation, background music, casual conversation with a spouse, listening to morning news. These activities engage minimal brain regions and provide insufficient cognitive challenge. Here's what to do instead. After hydrating and completing your movement protocol, engage your brain with 3 to 5 minutes of active cognitive challenge. This could include a crossword puzzle, even just 5 clues, a brain training app with time challenges, reading a short article aloud, yes, out loud reading aloud is particularly powerful. Silent reading engages limited brain regions, but reading aloud activates your visual cortex, auditory processing centers, speech production areas, and comprehension networks simultaneously. Even simpler challenges work, reciting your day's to-do list from memory. Naming 5 friends from high school. Listing state capitals alphabetically. Counting backward from 100 by sevens. Each of these activities directly stimulates your hippocampus, the memory center most vulnerable to age-related decline. When you practice this daily, something remarkable happens. You feel cognitively younger. You start remembering names you'd forgotten. Appointments don't slip your mind. Stories from decades ago resurface clearly. The world feels sharper, more detailed, more navigable. Step number 2 will take all of these benefits and lock them in, using something your body is already trying to give you every single morning. Step number 2, synchronize your breath with natural light. This step might feel unusual at first, but it's the fastest, most reliable way to lock in energy, mood stability, and hormone balance for the entire day ahead. Your body is governed by something called the circadian rhythm, the 24-hour internal clock that controls sleep cycles, hunger signals, alertness patterns, hormone release, and even immune function. What resets this rhythm each morning? What tells your body it's daytime now, wake up fully, is light exposure. And when natural light is combined with deliberate breathing, the effects amplify dramatically. The research documents this synergy. A 2022 study published in Chronobiology International found that seniors who combined morning light exposure with guided breathwork reported a 31% improvement in mood, motivation, and focus within just 2 weeks of consistent practice. Here's the biological mechanism. Your eyes contain specialized photoreceptor cells called melanopsin cells, also called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. These cells don't help you see. They detect light levels and send signals directly to your hypothalamus. When natural light hits these receptors, your hypothalamus resets your circadian timing system, suppresses melatonin production, and initiates cortisol release, all the biological signals that say wake up completely. But most people make timing and technique mistakes. They open the blinds and immediately walk away, getting only seconds of light exposure. Or they practice breathwork indoors in dim rooms, missing the light component entirely. To get the full benefit, you need both elements simultaneously. Here's the protocol: stand near a sunny window or, ideally, step outside. Face the sky, not directly at the sun, but toward the bright part of the sky. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath gently for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this breathing pattern 6 to 10 times while maintaining your light exposure. This combination produces multiple benefits. It strengthens your vagus nerve, the major nerve connecting your brain to your body's calming systems. It resets your cortisol cycle to its natural morning peak. It triggers serotonin production, your primary mood-stabilizing neurotransmitter. You'll feel the shift immediately. Your chest opens. Your heart feels lighter. Tension you didn't realize you were holding begins dissolving from your stomach and shoulders. Now, the final step, step number 1, is where everything comes together. This is your anchor, your compass, and the most powerful 30 seconds of your entire morning. Step number 1, speak one purposeful sentence aloud. Most seniors don't realize it, but the first intentional thought you speak in the morning is often the most powerful one you'll have all day. Here's why this matters neurologically. Your brain is still transitioning from theta wave activity, the brain state associated with deep memory consolidation, heightened emotional sensitivity, and direct access to subconscious programming. What you think or say during this transitional window tends to imprint deeply and shape your choices, reactions, and emotional states for hours afterward. Research supports this timing. A 2020 study published in Psychology and Aging found that seniors who practiced morning verbal intention setting showed significant improvements in executive function, planning, decision-making, impulse control, and reduced anxiety levels over a 6-week period. But this isn't about vague affirmations or positive thinking platitudes. It's about speaking one clear, specific sentence aloud, something that reminds your brain why today matters, why showing up is worthwhile, why you're still here with purpose. It could be, today I will notice 3 beautiful things. Or, I am the person my grandchildren look up to. Or, my body is healing a little more each day. Or simply, I choose to be here, fully, today. The key is speaking it aloud. Thinking a sentence activates limited brain regions. Speaking it aloud activates your prefrontal cortex, planning and intention, your motor cortex, speech production, your auditory cortex, hearing your own voice, and your limbic system, emotional processing. This multi-region activation strengthens neural pathways and makes the intention dramatically more likely to influence your actual behavior. And when performed after syncing your breath and light, the effect amplifies your emotional resilience, which research identifies as the single strongest predictor of how well you'll recover from illness, injury, loss, or any life challenge. Speak your sentence out loud every single morning. Even if you don't fully believe it yet. Even if it feels awkward at first. Because over time, your brain will believe it. And then your body will follow. If you've ever felt like your body is aging faster than your mind, or like you're waking up each day into a slower, dimmer version of the life you used to know, this routine is your turning point. Because here's the truth most seniors are never told: you don't need more medication. You don't need more supplements. You don't need more rest. You need the right signals, delivered in the right order, at the right time. And that time is the morning. Those first 5 minutes. Those critical 300 seconds. You've just learned how those minutes can reset your brain's alertness systems, restore your balance and coordination, reduce systemic inflammation, reawaken your memory and processing speed, stabilize your blood pressure, naturally strengthen your emotional resilience. The complete morning protocol: wake without sitting up, 30 to 60 seconds lying still, reset your mouth chemistry, oil pull, tongue scrape, then brush, delay caffeine, activate joints. 3 to 5 minutes of gentle joint movements, ground your bare feet, 3 to 5 minutes barefoot on firm surface, feed your brain first, electrolyte water plus light fruit, stimulate before relaxing, 3 to 5 minutes active cognitive challenge, sync breath with light, 6 to 10 breath cycles facing natural light, speak one purposeful sentence, your daily intention, aloud, not through gimmicks. Not through impossible routines. Through 8 powerful steps your body already knows how to respond to. And has been quietly asking for. So tomorrow morning, start. Even if you only begin with 1 step. Even if your body protests at first. Even if your habits have been the same for 40 years. Because this routine doesn't just change how you feel tomorrow. It could change how long you live. How clearly you think. How confidently you move. How fully you experience every remaining day. Now let me ask you directly, which step are you going to try first tomorrow morning? And what part of your current morning routine has frustrated you most, the thing you've struggled with but couldn't fix? We're reading and personally replying to every comment with customized advice for your specific situation. Share your answers below. Let us help you make this transformation stick. Because your mornings have been waiting for this change. And so has the rest of your life. Thanks for watching.